Hey YouTube, what's up? This is SpoodBeest here, and I'm here to make a video response that I've been trying to make for a while now, but old dude 12, a good friend of mine, as well as a subscriber of mine on YouTube, made this video called What is Classic Sonic? Now, he sent me a message months ago asking if I could make a video response to his video stating what I think Classic Sonic is. Hold up. Water is great. Okay, back on topic. Pretty much he asked me what Classic Sonic was, stating my opinions on it, and I agree with the basis of his entire video. I watched it through multiple times, just to try and help build up what I think Classic Sonic is. Now, let's just go for the record that I never owned a Sega console, and I barely ever got to play Sonic. The most things that Sonic came into my life were the Sonic show, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, with Jaleel White voicing Sonic the Hedgehog. With that being said, I did get to play Sonic, though, on other friends' houses who had the Genesis, and I simply got attached to Sonic the Hedgehog, the first game. I don't think there's ever been a classic Sonic game after that, the first game. The first game is just, will go down in history as one of the greatest video games of all time, whereas, let's say, like, Sonic's right here, and all the other sequels just, whoosh, the Sonic series went downhill after the first game. You got the crappy little fucking sidekicks in there now. You got, that annoying voice actor who plays him, that Jason guy from 4Kids. Oh, God. Sonic is just, if you want to play some classic Sonic, go play Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. If you don't have a Genesis, go get it on Virtual Console. If you don't have that, I don't know how the fuck you're going to play it. But let's go back on topic. I have to agree with him that IGN's statement that Mark Bozon did for Sonic is ridiculous. It's a classic racing game? Are you kidding me? Okay, here's what Classic Sonic is, in my opinion. I don't have a script. I'm thinking of this off the top of my head here right now. Classic Sonic is your faster-than-average platforming game, defeating enemies with your average ball or spin attacks, while saving different animals that Robotnik is building these robots on top of. I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing, because, whenever you defeat an enemy, there's like a little bunny rabbit or something that pops out of it. And along with defeating Robotnik and many little boss battles along the way. Now, what I mean by your faster than average platforming game, like, you've played Mario, you've played a bunch of other different platforming games. I'm just thinking Mario off the top of my head, but you've played a lot of those platforming games. Sonic is by far the fastest platforming game that was available back then. Platforming games were in that era. They were in, and Sonic was something new because it was your faster than average platforming game. How could you call Sonic a racing game, IGN? And here's what they said, where you're defeating enemies instead of racing in front of other racers. What the hell? Anyways, and Classic Sonic, pretty much in lower terms, is the first Sonic game. 1. Your faster than average platforming game, defeating enemies with a barrage of ball and spin attacks. 3. Defeating Robotnik in these mini little boss battles as he hovers above you in his round floating vehicle thingy mabob. Doing really weird... another classic Sonic thing is doing those really, really weird, trippy bonus things where you fall into it and you try and bounce around to get your way out, and if you... and also, what Classic Sonic is doing those bonuses, collecting Chaos Emeralds. collecting Chaos Emeralds is a big part of Classic Sonic, if you know what I'm talking about. Big part. Because if you get a Chaos Emerald, you beat that bonus stage, which is a good thing. I hate, to be completely honest, I'm not a big fan of those bonus stages. They piss me off. But anyway, that's what Classic Sonic is. Classic Sonic, however, is not turning into a werehog. Classic Sonic is not having an annoying voice actor from 4Kids voice your character in all your recent games. Classic Sonic is not about saving a princess and having horrid controls to go along with that shitty game. Classic Sonic is not what you think it is. Which would mean Classic Sonic is not a racing game. And Classic Sonic is not always about speed. There is a lot of technique that goes along with Sonic. There are some parts where you need to actually walk slowly to get through. Like in Classic Sonic when, you got like those things from, like you see them in Mario sometimes. You got those squish block things that are like spiky at the end and they go like, whoosh, like that. I don't know what they're called. I'm just saying it's like maybe like a moving wall or something. To be Sonic, you can't just expect to run through that. You got to use some technique and actually walk or crawl your way past it. I'm just going on here about what Classic Sonic is. If Classic Sonic were all about speed and all about racing, then I think there'd kind of be a time limit in the game, don't you think? Like a little speedometer thing in the corner, and you'd actually maybe have opponents to run by. But if Classic Sonic meant that Sonic was purely a racing game, I don't believe that it would be where it's at today. Whereas with Classic Sonic being your faster-than-average platforming game, it's actually a success. And Sonic just so happens to be one of the most popular video game characters of all time, along with Mario. And if you go around, Sonic and Mario are probably the two most notable video game characters in the world. You walk up to someone and go, hey, you know who's Sonic and Mario, right? And then they're just like, yeah, I know who those are. Pretty much. But I'm just rattling on here about what I think Classic Sonic is. I've said it all times before. Faster than average platforming game with a little blue hedgehog running through, defeating enemies with his casual ball and spin attacks, using techniques to not only get through obstacles, but also, you need some technique to run through the loops. You got to know how fast you go. You got to know how that. But as I said, Sonic is not always about speed. If you always relied on speed playing Sonic the Hedgehog, I doubt you'd be able to play the game, because there are parts of the game that do not involve speed. God freaking damn it. And also today, there is no such thing as Classic Sonic. There's still Classic Mario, but there's no Classic Sonic. Isn't that funny how that worked out? Maybe one day the Sonic team will get something together and actually create a decent Classic Sonic game. But until then, if you want to play some decent Sonic games, definitely play Sonic the Hedgehog, 'cause it's the best damn game, best damn Sonic game there is. Oh, and I can't talk about Sonic CD because I've never played it, so I don't know how good it is. But I bet that Sonic the Hedgehog is actually better than Sonic CD. So there. And from what I've seen, Sonic CD is actually very similar looking to Sonic the Hedgehog. So, well, let's just break it down. If you want to play some at least decent Sonic games, there's Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, Sonic 3, and probably Sonic and Knuckles. Those are probably the only 4 good Sonic games, because after that, whoosh, did that series ever go downhill. Holy shit, man. But anyway, that's my opinions on what Classic Sonic is. Remember, I don't take credit for this. If you want to post a video response, post it to Old Dude 12's video. His video is probably better than mine, but whatever. I'm over. I'm out. New vids to come out soon. I'm done.